Jan Logie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to add another Green Party voice in opposition to this bill, following on from my colleague David Clendon, our Justice spokesperson, who raised several key points relating to our opposition. I think you can sum up our opposition with 4 key points, roughly. One, that the original bill provided for a review to ensure victims' rights, and the effectiveness of this bill was able to operate clearly. And this law is now going to entrench without consultation and review that law. And we think that is a massive lost opportunity, that there is a lot of thinking and work to be done to ensure that our system is adequately delivering for victims outside of the prison system, and also that our prisons are as safe and geared towards rehabilitation as they can possibly be. And by passing this law in this way, we are missing the opportunity to have that conversation. And as a result, we're missing the opportunity to make our country safer and fairer. And we believe that is a real shame. And second reason we're opposing this bill is around the fact that we want to ensure that our prisons are safe and promote rehabilitation. 2, there is the very real possibility that this bill will provide a perverse disincentive for prisoners to report injury, abuse, or even torture within the prison system. And anyone that's had anything to do with the prison system must be aware of those power relationships in there and the very real potential of abuse and the need for our systems to actively check those power imbalances to make sure those places are as safe as possible. That is a matter of rights, but it is also a matter of promoting good rehabilitation, because we know that the more people are alienated from society, then the less incentive there is for them to turn their lives around. If they don't feel as if they are being respected by society and have a stake in society, then there is no sense for them to rehabilitate. The third reason we're opposing this bill is that we have a commitment to human rights for all people, victims and prisoners. And we'll note that New Zealand has signed the Convention Against Torture and other cruel, inhumane or degrading treatment or punishment. And this requires each state party to ensure victims of torture an enforceable right to fair and adequate compensation. This bill threatens that commitment. We've been told it's justified, but over 6 years, $45,000 being returned to victims, I'm not sure you can say that that's actually a justifiable result for the victims or for the victims who are prisoners. The fourth reason we're opposing this is because actually we want to improve the justice system for victims. And again, as I said earlier, this is a massive lost opportunity of the time that has been spent on this bill coming back to the House in effect for the 3rd time, and being told that the government and their agenda at the moment cannot look at work around the domestic violence law legislation. We've been told by the Minister of Justice that the decades of work that has gone into looking at alternative pre-trial and trial processes that might help increase the conviction rate from the pitiful 1% that it is for most sexual offences has been taken off the agenda, is not worthy of the time of this government. And again, we've seen the similar work in the Evidence Act. If this government really, truly cared about victims, then the focus would go on actually ensuring our system delivered for victims. And it's a sad day when we get this instead.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. I will conduct a party vote. I did not hear a negative vote when I called it. The member may well have said it, and it would be helpful if we got that at that stage. But the clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
9 in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Maori Party. Mana.
Opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United
1
Future.
in favour.
Brendan Horan.
Opposed.
Any other votes?
The ayes are 101, the noes are 18. The motion is agreed to.
Prisoners and Victims Claims, Continuation and Reform Amendment Bill, third reading.
Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Employment Relations Amendment Bill, interrupted debate on first reading.